LCN, Channel 74, where we tell you what you need to know. Today is a special day where we are following the love stories around the globe. We have details on an interview by Lucentio and Petruccio from The Shrew. Your favorite reporter, Ben Dover, will give you the information. As of right now, we have information on Roscoe Bound, who fell in love with a girl that he never talked to. Here is Harry Pitts with the report.
From the moment they met eyes, Ruskin Bond was madly in love with her. To him, she was a bright living thing with dark, smoldering eyes. Not knowing what to do, he bought a basket from her. Only seeing her twice, Ruskin debated on following an unknown path leading to where she might have gone. His love for her was a game to him, or maybe he didn't want to be hurt. But all we know is that Ruskin may never be happy until he finds true love. Love to him, and many around the globe, is a hurtful and depressing subject. Back to you in the studio.
Poor Ruskin. Very emotional as always. Thank you, Harry. Now we have a special sit down report with Ben Dover.
Thank you, J-Time. I'm here with Lucentio, son of Vincentio. Lucentio, what attracted you to Bianca at first sight?
Well, I can't really explain it. Something to do with those wondrous eyes and the incomparable beauty. That's what it is, the incomparable beauty.
So, why did you try and be a tutor instead of a suitor?
Well, you see, Catherine had to be married before Bianca, so I had to go undercover and teach her the romantic literature. You know, the stuff nobody reads.
Right.
Teach her that and you're in. You're locked in. That's what I had to do.
Okay. So, can you tell us about your relationship with Trania?
Well, my relationship with Trania is like none other. You know, other people beat their servants. I wrestle them on the weekends. Whistle at the pretty girls that walk by.
Okay, thanks, sir. There's been rumors about tension in your relationship with Bianca. Could you...
Where'd you hear that, sir?
Sources. You know I can't reveal those.
Where'd you hear?
Sources.
I'm done. The producer said nothing about this.
Sir, it's a fair question.
It's a hazard job.
As you can see, love is a little bit more meaningful to Lucentio than it is to get away from me than it is to Ruskin. Now we have a new display of love.
Take 5 minutes.
No! I can't take 5 minutes. Give me that view. As you can see, love is a little more meaningful to Lucentio than it is to Ruskin. Now we have a new display of love by Okonkwo, who desperately tried to save his culture by love for his society.
Welcome to our new segment called Heartbreak. We've been provided with some background information regarding the death of a beloved Okonkwo. He was a man full of pride, as well respected by all in his town. It wasn't until the white man came into his town and began to change his village culture when he became hostile. Police officials say he committed suicide because he could not stand to see his own village ripped apart by the white man after he had worked so hard for everything he had had. Look into the... Can we get a close-up? Look into those eyes. Dark. Learn close-up. They can't see. Dark, smoldering eyes. Eyes of despair. Eyes of hate. He is truly an honorable, remarkable figure, and will be remembered forever. Back to you in the studio.
This just in. Our live, first-hand reporter is live with Petruccio walking the streets of Padua.
We're here live in the streets of Padua, waiting for Petruccio to come by on his daily run. There he is now. Petruchio, can you answer a few questions?
No autographs, please.
Just a couple of questions.
Questions? Sure.
So, how did you fall in love with Catherine? So, Petruchio, how did you fall in love with Catherine?
Well, I was introduced by my good friend, Hortensio, and as soon as I discovered the wealth that she attained, I fell deeply in love with her. Dowry.
So, how did you know you're going to be able to tame Catherine, or the shrew?
She is a shrew indeed. I told her I'd shower her with compliments, kill her with kindness. And once our marriage went on, I'd see if she would agree with whatever I said. For instance, I told her the moon was shining brightly today. She told me it was the sun, and after I gave her a very stern look, she agreed with me that it was indeed the moon.
Well, that's all we have for today, Petruchio.
Alright, well, thank you, bud. I'm gonna head off.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome back. Now, for our final story, we have a touching display of passionate love between a herdsman and a weaver. Who were separated and could only reunite once a year.
Well, thank you, Justin, and I'm glad my stories touch you as well as they do with all America. Well, as we know, these two are madly in love, and because of their love, they stopped working as hard as they usually do. Their king did not allow this and separated them in both ends of the sky. Both of them started crying and crying until the entire world was flooding. In order to stop this flooding, birds would unite and build a bridge so that the two were able to see each other again. This is a touching story that illustrates the destruction and unity of love. Back to you, J-Time, in the studio.
Thank you. Now, I hope all of you have a beautiful, wonderful, good night. But before we go, here's Alex